Everybody, it's almost it's little more than a month since we met. Little more than maybe a couple of days more than a month since we met last. And there was a request from Pragya when we met in Patna that I should actually now start speaking in Hindi for TWT so that it would improve my language ability and confidence as well. Uh, what happened? Okay, so I'm not trying it this time. Maybe next time. I don't have the confidence yet. So I'll try that next time. So welcome back as a group, everybody, and welcome back as an organization. Because I'm speaking to everybody across the country at this point. Not that everybody else is connected, but soon, hopefully, they will look at the link and probably see me and what I have to say of what happened or what is the essence of what has happened in the last month. The first thing is that I took a week off and I went to God's own country. And you know where God's own country is, right? Goa. Yeah, yeah, it's next to Goa, a tiny place called, not as tiny as Goa, but as tiny still, called Kerala. And they say it's God's own country and hell's own people. So there are some people here actually, who belong to that great state, and I do belong to that place. So I had a good time with my family. My daughter was visiting. I told you that I would be taking some time off, so it was really good. We went on a boat ride, and we stayed in a boat, and we stayed in actually a nice resort, went out boating and all kinds of things. So it was fun to get that time off. I would really like to take some more time off before the end of this year. So that was good. The other things that happened is a couple of other visits that I've had. Uh, I went to West Bengal. I went to the Kolkata office and I spent time with the staff. I also went to a place called Sandesh Kali. Those of you are connected with me through Facebook, they may have seen a photograph. And those of you who have not seen that, please connect with me on Facebook. Yeah. I don't say no to anybody. Yeah. And the picture, if you would have seen it, it was of a widow. And I was thinking of a widow 2000 years back, a story, a parable that was told by none other than Jesus Christ, when a lot of people were putting money, giving charity contributions. A lot of rich people, coming by, driving in big cars and jet setters. They were all giving probably millions of dollars, etc. And so this poor widow came and put 2 coins in, and so Jesus said she has given the most, right? And that is now then famously now known as in English literature as the widow's mite. I saw such a widow there who gave most of her land to save the children there, to actually not save the children there, to 4 children, let's say 4 children, to actually build a skill development center where many trafficked kids, girls and boys, mostly girls, are finding skills. They were actually making nice bags and all kinds of interesting things in that place. And those skilled people were then going to use those skills to earn more money outside. So isn't that wonderful? Somebody, and then you should see her own, where she was staying. This is a two-story building that was built with the support of Save the Children, and I think it's Reckitt Benckiser's money. Anybody know that? Yeah. Program people, Reckitt Benckiser's money. And she lives in the corner of that piece of land in a one-room, completely dilapidated kind of a settlement, a shack which was covered with, it was not tin, it was some leaves and stuff like that. Yeah, thatched one. And I thought, this is wonderful. This is a great story. This is a great story about giving. You know, what is proportional giving all about? I'm not talking about giving out of absolute riches, but is giving out of giving sacrificially, giving out of the money you don't have, not giving dutifully, but giving beautifully, giving generously, giving with a laughter in your heart. That is real giving, and that was a good example that I saw in West Bengal. And I interacted with the people there, and there were many things that they said that I actually fed back into the system there in West Bengal itself, as well as to some of the people here. But one interesting thing that you should all know is that about the awards, they made a comment. You know what they said? Why is that Eggy goes only to North Indians? So I said, you guys are East Indians. Are you South Indians? What are you guys? Are you North in West Bengal? I don't know. Is West Bengal north of the country? East. But that's not north. That's south. Where is Kolkata, guys?
It's north of God's country.
He is north of Kolkata, north of India's, isn't it? Everything south of India's, we are all Madrasis to the North Indians. How many of you are Madrasis here, by the way, south of India? So very few people, you know, we are the most marginalized folk from south, coming to Delhi to find a job and stuff like that. Okay, their complaint was that this award, this Eggy award especially, it's in this office only. That's not a good thing for you. So anyway, more about that. We will talk about it later. That was one thing which I thought I should feed back into you. Then a couple of events that happened last month. Patna, I was there in this political conclave that we organized, and especially the NBCS team organized. And I sat next to the Chief Minister of Bihar. We lit a lamp together, Chief Minister and the Health Minister, and there were members of Parliament, there were MLAs, and I thought it was a very powerful conclave. We were able to influence a large number of influencers, large number of very powerful people, MLAs and MPs. I thought it was extremely well attended and very well covered in the media. How many of you have seen that? How many of you have seen me speaking in Hindi on an interview? You read my interview? Yeah. So I spoke in English and they translated it in Hindi. But it came in what? Dainik? Bhaskar? No. There was this interview with me which I thought was rather interesting. So that was very good, and I think there was a pledge that was read out, and the Chief Minister led in reading out that pledge, and we followed that. So that's what Save the Children is here for, influencing the right kind of people so that there are policy changes so that children get saved. And it is all about newborn as well as children under the age of 5, how we can make sure that they don't die. And the good story from Bihar, however, is if you really look at the last record of the SRS data that is emerging, Bihar, which we thought was a terrible state about 10 years back, we used to call it as what state? What is Bimaru, right? I don't think it's Bimaru anymore. Not from the wonderful airport and the malls that you have even in Patna now, but from the numbers that are coming from the about child mortality and neonatal mortality. The numbers are actually better than the national average. Did you know that? Their neonatal mortality, the national number, I believe, is 29 out of 1,000. Who are the health workers here? I mean, the doctors. Am I right? The numbers, statisticians, Benazir. Am I right about Bihar? It is 28 in Bihar, and 29 is the national average. That was phenomenal. That was wonderful. And it all happened I'm not saying that Save the Children did it, but I think we have contributed to it in the last 6, 7 years. Ever since we started this campaign on newborn child survival, there has been huge changes, policy level changes. We've been able to influence the government, and we know that we are a part of the RMNCHA plus. Who can complete that? I mean, who can give that? Those of you know. Those of you do not know. You want to try what is RMNCHA
If you don't
plus?
know, how will you do that?
That's what I'm asking. Just guess. What does R stand for? Okay. Okay. Those of you know, complete it.
Child, newborn, child,
And
plus,
and adolescent plus plus
Plus A.
plus A, not A plus.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful, isn't it? It's wonderful. We run that coalition, and I thought that was great. And also last week we had this wonderful South Asia conference of the Nutrition Coalition, of which we are the secretariat. I don't know where is Poshan Palo. Where is Nutrition Palo? Lakshmikant Palo. Where is he? Okay, he's not here. I think he and the rest of them did a great job by calling this nutrition. I mean, calling this nutrition South Asia conference. You know how many people we had in 2 days? 370 people came for that. I don't think we ever had such a large number of people attending a 2-day workshop organized by basically by Save the Children, because we host that coalition secretariat here, and it was wonderful, and it was all again one teamwork. There was support from the logistics team here, Ashutosh's team, administration, Lakshmikant Palo, the our health team. Everybody came together in putting out a wonderful show. And I was there at the beginning, and I was there at the end, both times sitting next to an empty chair of Maneka Gandhi. She didn't show up. Okay. But that's okay. I mean, but at least she said that she's coming, she's on her way, and then she got waylaid, and she was taken to the Prime Minister's office or whatever. She didn't come. But there were many other very important people, and this 90-year-old man who is known as the father of India's Green Revolution, Professor M.S. Swaminathan, was reading it as sharp as ever. As somebody who at that age can still so articulately present ideas and numbers and figures, and also remember my name. I think he's great. He did a great job. He did a great job, and I'm very happy to be associated with that. But you must also remember some of the side shows that went on. There was this forum called Alliance Against Conflict of Interest, headed by somebody called Dr. Arun Gupta, sent a letter, many letters actually, to the Ministry of Women and Child, to the Ministry of Health, saying that Save the Children is organizing this conference. They have a secretariat of these coalitions, and we should boycott this. And many people didn't come. No, I mean, many people didn't come. It's our attendance would have been 373. We only got 370 because they boycotted those 3 people. And what was the reason? Because Save the Children has conflict of interest. We take money from food companies and pharmaceutical companies. We have taken money from Pepsi. We have taken money from Britannia. So they have huge conflict of interest. It was also an opportunity for us to actually respond to that directly, as well as to whoever raised that issue. And I don't think it even came in one newspaper, except there was an oblique reference to that in an article written by one of them, Vandana Prasad, in Hindu. There was a reference to us saying that one organization which is hosting the such coalitions have conflict of interest because they are funded by these companies. Let me tell you, I think as an organization, you need to know what's our policy on tying up with corporates. And maybe where is Rash Jain here? What do you want to say? Yeah. On what basis do we take up companies like Muthoot? What is our policy on that?
God don't land is what direction.
Okay. Uh, well, if you didn't know, we have an extremely robust, stringent due diligence process before we tie up with any corporate institutions, not only corporate, any other big institutions. We have a policy. If you don't know, number one thing to know is that we have a very stringent policy on that. We have a very strong, absolute, what I keep saying about zero tolerance, no go, completely no companies we won't work with. For instance, we will not work with companies that make profit out of pornography. I don't think I think it is rather a no-brainer. We will not work with a company that is selling tobacco. We will not work with a company that is selling alcohol. We will not work with companies whose primary audience of marketing is to children. We do not want to. I mean, if those particular products are injurious in some way to their health, we will not do that. But between that complete no-go zone and the go zone, we have a rather long list of companies we would work with, we would engage with. So that is our policy. In that, the question, have you worked with Pepsi Cola? We did. I used to work for Coca-Cola, those of you who do not know. Pepsi, yes, we have taken money. What? For promoting Pepsi products, for endorsing Pepsi products somewhere? Absolutely no. We will not endorse such products, right? But if they give us money to save children who are dying in Uttarakhand or in any other floods or other flood situation that we are now trying to stop, raise up there, trying to stop the floods in Bihar and in Orissa. You know, he's out there, right? If it does happen, we would like to save children. And if Pepsi comes and gives me $1 million, go save the children. Or go to Banswara and work in this terrible situation, help this village, make sure that their sanitation improves and do this great work. Of course I will take money. We will take money, right? So there is a completely long list of companies we would take money from, right? So please be sure that when anybody asks you, are you conflicted? Your answer is absolutely no conflict of interest.
Can I just ask? Suppose in flood affected Uttarakhand, there are food packages being handed out. I mean, just for my own information, would Pepsi then say, can we put a can of Pepsi into that?
If Pepsi asks us,
what would our position be?
Well, we have never faced that situation, and I don't think they ever have given us a can of Pepsi. If we all can consume Pepsi and Coke, you have an answer to it?
Yeah, we would say no to that because what we do take are only in line with what we have agreed are the food items or non-food items that are delivered during an emergency. So, for example, if someone said, I'll give you clothes, which is not exactly the same as a can of Pepsi, we don't even take that. Because it's not part of the package of relief items that we do deliver at a point. In case
it doesn't form a part. But then if Pepsi says that we will supply you 1 million bottles of Aquafina, should we take?
Aquafina, I guess yes.
No, yes.
Well, if you ask me yes or no question, I mean this again will lie in that range of grey zone. If you give me Pepsi or not Pepsi, I will never ever touch that product. If somebody gives me Coke, if I'm dying, I will take it. Okay? You have no problem with that. Yeah?
With what, Aquafina?
No, my Coke affiliation. So let us go ahead in any case. Let us also have this chat ongoing there. But then I hope you understand what our general policy is. And when we define what food packet is, what non-food items we supply, we are very, very clear in what we ask for. We do ask for water. And I've also told the Coke guys, because I work there, don't supply a Skinley in bottles, because it's a complete waste for these people. And I think wherever Coca-Cola plants are, the best filtered, processed water, if we get and if we can supply in tankers for drinking, that would be wonderful. Yeah. But anyway, that is for another day's discussion. But please remember that we do have clear policy. We do have global policy. We do have a policy in India, and we are never, ever, and we will never, ever, ever, like that guy on Times Now TV said, influenced or will have allowed for the conflict of interest. Okay, I should be moving fast because I have a meeting at 5 o'clock. We have a lot of other things to talk about, corporate engagement, and we also have a political enclave, similar one in UP. I wasn't there, so where is the woman in blue today? She has left. She could have given us. Anybody else who's been in UP when the conclave happened? I've heard good stories, and I was definitely excited about Bihar because I was there. UP, okay. When if Pragya comes back, we will ask her about that. What else? What else happened? Okay. Other not so. If you ask me, are you happy about it? I would say that I wouldn't like this. All the people whom we have hired are great people. Otherwise, we wouldn't have hired them. They are competent people. Otherwise, we wouldn't have hired them. I don't like to see anybody go. But last month, we had a rather high number of exits. Okay. If we compare ourselves with the global numbers, the global numbers today is sitting at 16%. And if you ask our global HR director, what is the benchmark and what is good, and she would say something like, which I had spoken to her, any exits less than, if it is less than 8%, you are running a organization which is kind of dying, which is not getting fresh blood into it, which is kind of surviving on your past, which is carrying some dead wood. Please sit down.
Thank you.
So, if it is around 8%, it's fine. And anything more than 12%, we should start worrying. It's 16% in globally. But last month, we had a number which is currently in the tune of about 9%. Maybe it will go up slightly. Yes, there are people who have spent that up, and I don't like this categorization of that is a regretful exit, and this is an exit which which ease people out, because everybody. Yes, I also agree that some eggs go bad, but some eggies also can go bad. Right? Is that true? Where is the latest eggie? Where is she? Wave out. Okay, you can never go bad, right? So why don't you say that? Yeah, but then some people we have lost, and I must say that I'm not very happy about that. I'm also not very happy about letting some people go. We took a decision. Those decisions are not easy. Those decisions are hard decisions, and we've been talking about it. And I keep telling myself, I keep getting reminders that these values are not hanging up on your wall, from your ceiling. These values have to be internalized. So when we see these values are compromised in some way or the other, and it cannot be, it is retrievable in one sense, we do let people go. So we had to let some people go last month as well. Some people have gone on their own. Both are, to me, regretful. I don't want anybody to be sacked. I don't want anybody to be sacked for reasons of code of conduct, or for violation or compromising our values. But if it does happen, people do make foolish choices. Every choice has a consequence, and we cannot compromise the larger interests of this organization in this sector, working for the most marginalized children. Uh, we cannot let that happen. We cannot compromise that. So we had to let go of some people as well. So that is overall nutshell last 1 month that happened. And is there anything else that I forgot and that I should be reminded? Anybody else want to say something? Add on to this is some excellent thing that I missed out. Is there anything? Anything that I missed out? No, I didn't miss out anything. Okay, if I didn't miss out anything, I would like you to ask questions. Please do ask questions. We will take the next 10 minutes to 15 minutes or you want any clarification on anything that I said or anything else that you want to bring to my attention, please do that, and this is your time. And I know I asked you last time, why are people all shut up, kind of clamped up, and why are people not talking anymore? So this is a forum. This is your forum as much as it's my forum. And there are some wonderful things in the offing. Yeah, last time I said that it might be this month, and didn't happen. So I'm saying again, some good things are still in the offing. Okay, so we are waiting. We are waiting. The world is waiting. So that is a good news. Okay. Anybody else? The people who have joined new since last time? I know we will recognize them later as well. Who has joined? And anybody who has come back after a long time because they went for a holiday to get married and decided that to come back. Anybody like that? Yes. Oh, didn't know that. Would you like to say why you come back? Was your marriage holiday good? That has been a year now, is it?
Went to study.
Oh, you went to study?
I went to study.
But I thought you went to get married.
No, I was married and then I went.
Okay.
I was married for a year and then I went there. But see, when I came back here, so I was very certain that after working with Save the Children, I had a standard. So I was like, I can't go below
Those standards.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very, very good to know. Okay.
So I did get a lot of offers, but I did not consider them. But when I when the Save the Children things were going on, so the thing is that I like the group, right? Which is very good. I like working with donor support, and it's more more communications and donors and everything, which I think I'm pretty good at. So I knew that would be my motivation. And then the culture here is very good. I feel it's a very warm culture, and
Excellent.
everybody respects everybody's opinions,
Okay.
independence, and
Is it a fun place?
yeah,
Not after 6, but during the.
it's a fun place.
Okay.
It's a good, warm, fun place.
Okay.
And my experience with Durban was pretty good when I was
Really?
Yeah. So I was sure that when I would come back and go to
You've been told to say that, right?
Yeah. That's how the deal with Chikai.
TWT brought her back. She was supposed to say TWT brought her back.
No, she wasn't here when TWG happened and Modi happened and everything happened. Okay, so welcome back,
Thank you.
and I hope you will continue to add more color to this place. So good, welcome back. Anybody else who is new? I mean, it's surprising. I thought there were 6 people. Aditi, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Aditi. I have recently joined the foundation and
Today is the 3rd day. Wow.
So far I'm actually quite liking the friendly and
Good. Where did you come from?
I've worked with SOS.
Okay.
Actually, was on a long break because I had a baby. So
Good.
this is actually my first job after I had a baby.
Excellent.
So it's been complicated.
Okay. There is somebody else who's had a baby, and but she's not here. Charu. We should have welcomed Charu back.
What a name, right?
You forget us so soon.
No, I said where is she? I said we should have.
She is with the baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. That is excellent. This place, if we save the children, we should love the children, we should have more children, and we should, it should be a welcoming place for children and their mothers. Even after having children, they should come back. It's a welcoming place. So, yeah. So, anything else? Anybody else apart from Aditi and Prachi? I don't mind welcoming you again. Welcome back again.
Thank you.
Yeah? Anything that you want to report out in the last 1 month? It's a
No,
good,
no,
bad.
nothing to report out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost 1 month now, more than a month, 1 month, 3 days.
Yeah.
And quite enjoying it. It's a completely different function that I'll be doing. I was with my previous organization, I was on the program side. So I visited Dungarpur and I was working with at the Delhi office also for a week, and I could relate a lot. And this is
So you're happy?
I'm very happy, learning new things, and
Very good.
let's see I can do it.
Good. Excellent.
Now we have 5 Aditis in the head office.
That's a problem. Would you like to change the name?
No, no.
We have 2 Aditi Mishras.
Oh yeah, that is even more confusing. Anybody else? Anybody who is here, who is like stepping out for some time and then coming back like Prachi? Who else is leaving this month? Are you, traitor? Are you going? I believe you are changing your mind. Would you like to say something? Is this your last month?
Yeah.
You won't be there for the next TWT. Okay. Would you like to say something?
On the paper, she was a speech now.
No, no, no.
Going to read out a speech.
No. Meetings are
Well, those of you new people who do not know Padma Priya Sastry, and that is she and the woman in blue, and where is she? Why is she left? Pragya. She probably didn't like something that I said. They were really the live force behind Patna's success, and of course she's been with us, and IKEA communication she looked after, and then a whole lot of other things in communication. So how long are you going away for?
Come back.
But I mean, there's somebody who has got married and come back. That is over.
I hope to come back soon, Thomas.
Come back soon. Okay. So welcome back. Want to say anything?
It's been a really wonderful journey for me last 2.5 years with SAFE, and I keep telling this to Thomas many times that it's. I mean, with Thomas, of course, here with everybody, it's very accessible. You don't even have to think once or twice to reach out to anybody, which is very important in any organization because it's important for you to share and have that open discussion. So, which keeps the your motivation and everything alive. So, I think that has been really good in these years that I've spent, and I've got different opportunities to work with different people and different projects, which was very nice and has really kind of helped me gain my skills and experience. And if sometime soon, I'm sure that if I get an opportunity to come back again, I would love to and be a part of SAFE.
Or people who say that, I said, why are you leaving there?
But yeah, it's really been very nice experience for me overall. Yeah.
Well, we are happy that we had you in the last, I don't know, couple of years? 2.5 years. And yeah, it was a good journey. We all grew together, we learned together, we sometimes failed together, but that's all fine. That's a part of the game. So we're going to miss you. But as you said that we would definitely like to have you back. If that is your current boss wants you back.
I mean,
You don't know who your boss is.
By the way, there was this confusion since the beginning whether I'm part of the programs team or whether I'm part of the admin. Every time which team are you in? And this was this constant confusion, and every third or fourth month my boss used to change. So I've already had 4 or 5 bosses here. So my current boss is Shantanu or Shireen, I don't know. Still in that.
So you just, that is your effect on the bosses.
I think, yeah. Poor
No bosses could stay with you. That is the problem. Okay. But anyway, we will have you back. I'll be happy to recommend if you ever plan to come back. Anybody else leaving this month who has already made their announcement of leaving? Anybody? Who is this? No. You will be gone for some long leave. How long are you going away for?
As long as you allow me.
No, we would like to make it, the best organization for people to have children.
1 year.
1 year.
Within your 3 months, please.
Best organization. 1 year. It's a breastfeeding. We should encourage.
I just saw a UNICEF thing which says breastfeeding is best feeding. Yeah. No, we should have. I mean, I agree with this.
We're thinking of setting up a small thing in the last
Nursery?
the room there, the last room that's there.
Ah.
You can
That corner room where parrots come and all that. So kids will be very happy. Okay. You didn't. Not many people have said anything much.
Yes, yes,
It's been
we
a
have
while. Ray, welcome back, sir. Yeah.
Disasters are keeping me
Stop the
slightly
water.
away.
We just told people that we send Ray to keep the disasters away in
I
Bihar
have
and
held,
Odisha.
I've held Nepal waters with my
Excellent.
yeah. The power of the
It
rock.
could have been much worse. Actually, this Kosi disaster would have been much worse than the 6 years back one. But
still,
somehow,
risk is still
if
on.
there is more rains in Nepal, then they will have to just release it. Yeah.
But today afternoon I was with the SARC director.
Hmm.
He says the water now is 1 crore cusecs, which has never been in the
We're in Nepal.
Yeah. And
But
if
then
the
they'll have to
mountain-
release it.
No, the mountain is still holding it.
If there is a breach there.
If that were to breach, then Bihar nothing will be left. So it's still
No.
keep fingers crossed.
I think, a couple of months back when we were looking at the budget, Shraddha said that I'm going to pray hard that this year there won't be any disaster.
We all should actually. We all
Yeah.
should.
We should pray that there won't be any. We don't want those numbers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because
We would
this
rather
afternoon
have
I did
20
that.
crores less than have any disasters. Yeah, but so all of you should pray. Why have a smoke on your face? And, resource mobilization director has a smoke.
No, but
Okay.
money will come in other ways.
Money can be raised in many other ways. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, sorry.
No. Maria, I'll come to the prayer corner.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Something still moves on wings of prayer. Something. Not everything.
Okay. Anything more, guys? Anything more? Anything more at all? Anything more? Anything more? Okay. If there is nothing more, we would like to get to the next part of this program or of this this TWT session, which is the announcement of the AG award. Right? I told you that West Bengal raised a concern why it is stuck in the national office and only in that part of the world. Why is it not moving around? And this time around, the last month's AG, you know who's last month's AG? Okay, did a good job. I must say that she should actually get an AG for doing that, because she has some excellent friends whom she meets after 6 o'clock and said she thinks that they do a great job in the organization. But then she decided that she will not give the award to any one of them. She decided that she is going out of this office. She is just going to find out who did a great job in the rest of the organization. That is the spirit. Whoever gets an award, I mean, I think by an unwritten norm should be that don't look at the people around you. You should know what is the rest of the organization doing and who's done a great job and give the EGI award to that person. But if I look around, there are lots of good people, whom I like, and I would like to give the award to. But please look outside. Then let somebody who gets an award in a state program office in Bihar or in Andhra Pradesh look at this office and say that I would like to give the award to that person. So I think that is the spirit of it. I don't want to have a written policy on this, because then the moment you write down those policies and all, you lose the spirit of it. So I like the spirit in which Neha has actually spoken to other people and found out who this award should be given to, and she has an announcement to make. So all over to Shweta, who will handle this part of the session. And Neha Jain, as all of you know, is also just been married and went to Seychelles and she's back. And she got the award last for getting married.
Not, thank God, not for the month of June, because I wasn't here at all.
That's why you got the award.
So as Thomas said, that we had a small discussion around it, and honestly speaking, it was not easy for me to not give this award to somebody I know in national office, and there are people who are truly deserving and should be recognized. But then we thought that okay, maybe it will be a better idea for so that we could inspire people in all over India and they don't feel left out, which was the case from what I've got to know. And we thought, okay, we'll go back. I'll go and do some research and speak to my colleagues on people that they've worked with and probably shortlist a few names. And then after that, I started digging in. I got into their CVs and I spoke to their, just to get a background of what kind of work they've been doing. This is something I did yesterday only for a few hours. And I spoke to their line managers as well. And one name that came out, I'm not saying the others were not as good as this person, but then I thought, okay, so I will just write, her name is Nima Pant, and she's from the Rajasthan team.
Where is she? Is she coming online? Right?
I know this might sound a little weird, but I've never met her.
That's the best thing about
I have never met Nima, and but when I started getting to know about the kind of work she's done,
Hello. Hi, Nima.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm good. Can we see your video?
You can see at the bottom there is the video.
No,
That's a
Picture.
picture. That's a profile picture.
no, we're not able to see you.
Oh, but is it on?
You can see us?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Well, if you come and make yourself visible, it will be great. But I guess it's the technology that's holding up. But you go ahead with it. Nima, we are having the last EGI, Neha Jain, who decided to give the award to you, and she's going to read out why she thought that you've done a great job.
Nima Pant has been associated with Save the Children for almost a decade. Before joining Save the Children India as program coordinator to lead the Child Sensitive Social Protection Project by Finland in Rajasthan, she was deputy director with Zicodicon, a long-standing and established partner of Save the Children, with a central role in the Save the Children UK supported project on child protection. For the last 4 years as program coordinator for CSSP project, Nima has been based out of one of the most backward and underdeveloped districts of Rajasthan, Dungapur. She leads a team of 15 staff and works tirelessly to motivate them to ensure effective delivery of project components. As a member of Rajasthan State team, she is known as one of the most reliable and dependable persons, and her colleagues look up to her for support and guidance. Her seniors cannot recall a single deadline ever missed by her, which proves her commitment and dedication towards her work and towards the organization. Under her leadership, and with her hard work, passion, and high level of integrity and a very strong understanding of issues of gender, protection, human rights, and social protection, CSSP project in Dungapur is on its way to become Rajasthan's signature program. It is my pleasure and honor to recognize Nima Pant, a great person and a thorough professional, as Aggie for the month of June 2014.
Nima, I don't know if you can see me. Can you? You can't see me. Okay. Oh, you can only see from the. Okay, that means we have to go that side. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Okay, can you see this award?
There is something, but I can't read it.
Take it closer.
Oh, I can't read it. What is that? I can read my name.
Okay, you can see it. You can see it, you can read your name, which means that this award is actually being given to you for the month of June, recommended by Neha Jain, the last Aggie. So you are the what? 8th Aggie? 7th? You are the 6th Aggie, and your picture will go up in the wall of fame that we have. Aggies of fame. Eggs of fame, right at the entrance at the reception. So you must visit Delhi soon, and this award and citation will be sent to you by courier, or if somebody is traveling to Dungapur in the next 1 week, it will be sent to you. Would you like to say something, Nima?
First of all, thank you so much for giving me this award. I'm really, really honored, and also I'm surprised here on YouTube because I feel that for the last 2 days I was really not feeling very upbeat to be very true. But this is really a good so I thank you, Neha, and the entire team of Station to recognize my work, and I'll continue to give my best, contribute my best to the growth of the organization. And thank you so much.
Good, Neha. Good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, with that, we come to the close of today's session. Anything else? Anybody else want to say something? Tea? Yes. Tea. By the way, last week, when was this? When those guys from India went to meet with some Pakistan guys, and it became a big news. They talked about this TWT as tea with terrorists. Do you hear that?
Mona is the one who immediately sent us, we must change our TWT.
Yeah.
That funny fellow.
Okay, so the tea is on its way, and as well as samosas, and there is no cake or birthday celebration or
No,
anything.
Mona didn't get it inside because she said that you're going to wave them off. So once your session gets over, then we'll.
What do you do?
Mona, no birthdays.
Yeah.
So are we going to cut a cake?
I didn't get award. I didn't get.
Oh, it's coming. It's on its way. Okay. So let's.
But बढ़िया काम है. I didn't get them. Maybe समझ में नहीं आया. Huh? No, you did a good job of handing over the next award. That was very well.
Very good.
अच्छा लिखा भी आपने.
and Pradeep is from Mr. Peters.
It's a head of it, it's a normal. That's okay.
West India now. No, I told you. I would have hit all the criteria.
July.
मैंने बोला कि मैं उसको 5 साल से जानता हूँ। अरे मैं तो पूछ रहा I was trying to influence that place.
Come, all of you, come, please. Please.
Prachi is the name.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Hope you come back to cut many more cakes.
I do hope so.
Hope you retire in Caesar.
Yes.
You have to give us some money. Which was get a grant. It's okay even if you don't know you need the grant. We are going to have some kind of फायदा होना चाहिए.
नीचे आ जाओ।
वो नीचे होना चाहिए.
Team, it's like a co-corporate.